Welcome to a man's journey. My name is Mo.
And I'm Tshepo. Thank you for joining us today. Today we have Jordan Block joining us. Jordan is a photographer, a music producer, I believe, as well, and he'll be telling us a bit more about himself as well as his photography business. Jordan, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you guys for having me today.
It's a great pleasure, man. Thank you for your time. Today, our episode will be about photography, what it entails, and how anyone on the street can become a photographer, sorry, and do photography actually.
Yeah.
Um, Jordan, tell us
Yes.
why you actually chose photography.
So basically, why I chose photography was to tell the positive side about the Kasi story. Because whenever you look at media, you see gangsterism, prostitution, drugs, but they never show you the kids playing soccer in the street. They never show you the guys making jokes. They never show you the fun side, the happy side about living in a ghetto. And so I just wanted to show the positive narrative of being from the areas I'm from and the areas I go to.
And so far, how has it been for you being a photographer, and how long have you been in the photography game?
So I've been doing photography since 2017 as a hobby, but I've been doing it professionally since last year. And so far, it's been a very, very, very demanding journey. I feel like if you're a lazy person or if you're someone who's not willing to learn and grow, you're gonna struggle as a photographer.
Yeah, nice.
A lot of hard work, eh?
Mm.
To tell a
A lot
story.
of
Tell us what is the difference between camera photography and like a phone, using your phone for photography.
Okay, so this is a very common question, but a lot of people don't actually know that the modern phones, such as S20 and X10s and all of that, can actually challenge professional cameras or what people consider professional cameras. So, in terms of modern technology, that would be there is no major difference. But in terms of technology from 5 years ago, where most of us are using phones from 2 or 3 years ago, the photography on a camera is much more clean and it's much more designed for casual photography. But photography on a cam, no, a photography on a phone is designed for casual photography. But photography on a camera is designed for more high scale stuff, such as billboard printing, such as shooting the whole day, and all of these things. So the requirements from a cell phone camera is not strong for all of those high demanding jobs like that.
Okay.
But modern cell phones like S20s and X10s,
Yeah,
they can handle such jobs. I believe they even shoot movies on iPhones now. So
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
It makes the job a bit difficult now.
So it's kind of basically like saying, in terms of photography back then on the phone, compared to a camera, it's basically
Yeah,
proved in a way. So they're matching up to scale in a
yeah,
way right now. Okay, cool. Now,
yes,
I've learned,
definitely.
yeah, I've learned about this myself as well. Can you tell us a bit about photography styles? What type of photography styles are there which you'd recommend?
Okay, so for this one, I'm gonna just go with the basic ones because there's a lot of styles. There's
Mhm.
wildlife photography, and that's probably the highest paying one,
Yeah.
and that's basically animals of pictures and all of that. Then there's fashion photography. That's pictures of fashion, basically. There's sports photography, which is actually self-descriptive. Portrait photography, which is pictures of people, which is something I mainly do. And then there's street photography or documentary photography, what people call it. And that is basically pictures of everyday lifestyle, pictures of taxi ranks, still life films, if I could say that. So
Yeah.
those are the main ones, but there are subcategories. I also believe a new one is drone photography. There's aerial photography. There's map photography. So it just goes on, but the main ones are the ones I listed.
Nice,
Okay.
nice.
So which one do you prefer?
Personally prefer, like I mentioned, to show my story, which is documentary photography. I prefer
Your network is going. I can't hear
Can
what
you
you're
just
saying.
repeat that on which you prefer?
Let me say that again. Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, can hear you.
Yeah.
Like I mentioned, I enjoy portrait photography, documentary.
Okay, nice. Now, um, what actually led you to the type of photography style that you are currently doing? What inspired you to dwell into those?
Well, the styles actually, I wouldn't say I was drawn to it, but more of my surroundings chose it for me
Mm,
because my initial goal was just to capture pictures of the environment and, the community. And people in the community would say they want photo shoots, they want to take pictures of their clothes. And from there, it led to me starting portrait photography and fashion photography.
yeah.
And so I can't really, I chose it, but it chose me.
Yeah, no, that's great. Um, Tell us how I know a lot of photographers have this issues, man. You sit all day and edit a picture, and then somebody changes the edit on for an Instagram picture.
So
How do you? What I say? I say I know a lot of photographers have these issues. Like you'll sit all day and edit a picture for people,
Yeah.
and then when they upload it, a digital photo, and then they change the editing for an Instagram picture, but by themselves with each Instagram filters. How do you feel about that?
um art is subjective. Photography at the end of the day is art, and people make music and there's remixes to their music. So I feel as it's the same way. You take my picture and you remix it. If you make it better for your audience, I don't mind. At the end of the day, it's how you receive it. You know what I mean? Because I
Yeah.
feel like as soon as people are very protective of their art, and I understand why, especially when it's something you put so much passion into it. But the reason I also do photography is to connect with people. And if you connect with people by changing the artwork a bit, I don't mind as long as the main goal is achieved.
Yeah, perfect on that. Now, speaking about editing, actually, there are quite a lot of editing softwares out there, the known ones, the ones which people don't really get to know about or know. Which ones would you personally recommend to people out there or someone who's a starter and would like to get into photography? Which editing software would you recommend?
Well, if you're starting on cell phone photography,
Mhm.
I'd go back to the last question and say I'd recommend Instagram filters
Yeah,
because that gives you the basic outline of everything that is photography. And then if you want to go into a more advanced scale or something that requires more skill, I'd recommend Adobe Photoshop or Adobe Lightroom on a PC.
nice. Now, in terms of, let's jump into something else actually. In terms of being a photographer. Now, we know that photography equipment can be quite expensive, especially when it comes
Yes.
to setting up a studio. Which tips or tricks would you recommend to someone who actually wants to start a studio? For example, a home-based studio. What could they use to actually start up something in a home-based situation?
I'm actually happy you asked this question at this time
Hmm.
because photography is very expensive and you should look after what you do. But also, where there's a need, there should be creativity. So at the moment, I'm also one of those people suffering from I don't have the proper equipment, but yet I'm creative because if you look at it, I just set up a piece in my backyard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you have to be creative about it.
Yeah.
You can't complain, oh, it's expensive or whatever the case may be. It's the final product. Because I mean, no one would actually say, hey, this is just a blanket, but
They wouldn't
you have
know.
to be
Yeah.
creative.
They wouldn't know until you
Actually,
let them
very
know,
creative.
actually.
Well done.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. In terms of lighting, I know you'll be sending us some pictures of how to take photos and stuff, so we can edit it in. But in terms of lighting, what do you recommend? Like, do they have to have their own globe light, homemade lighting, or natural lighting, or do they have to stand in shade? When they take a picture.
For me, in terms of lighting, the sun is always the best source in terms of daytime. The real trick actually comes when it's nighttime. At night, that's I think where most photographers invest most of their money because of night photography, because you're gonna need flashes, you're gonna need lights. So with night photography, you need that equipment, especially for it to be portable. Because if you're doing a night street photo shoot and there's nowhere to plug in, it's
Yeah.
kind of pointless. So in terms of daytime, I recommend sunlight and especially with golden hour and all of that. But when it comes to nighttime, you should go for the strobe lights or external flashes on your camera because it really requires a lot of skill. I always say you can tell a photographer's skill by his night snaps because that's where you can see his composition, his lighting skills, and all of that.
Nice. I noticed actually you have a camera strap on, Canon one actually. In terms of cameras, there are a lot of brands out there. Your Nikon, your Sony's,
Yeah, definitely.
Canon per se, your Fuji. Which one would you recommend as a starter kit or starter camera?
For starter camera,
Yeah,
I'd recommend Nikon. I started on Nikon, and Nikon actually gives you great photographs.
yeah.
Great. It's only when you get into the advanced cameras that you realize you're not a good photographer. It was Nikon saving you all the time. So I'd suggest Nikon because Nikon is it's perfect.
Yeah, that's crazy because I actually also started with Nikon as well. Started out with the cool pics, standard.
Definitely.
Yeah,
I actually started on a Nikon Coolpix and I had this mini Samsung camera that came with the cell phones and I was like,
yeah.
let's see what I can do.
So tell us, Jordan, where can they find you on your social media or contact you if they would like to have you do a photography session with them?
Okay, so you can definitely contact me on WhatsApp, which is 073-867-1515. Actually, yeah. And then you can get me on Instagram at Rise Jordan Block or on Facebook at Jordan Edward Block.
That all one words, no underscore, no anything.
No underscores, nothing. Everything is just one word.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh man, Jordan, thank you for joining us today, man. The
Thank you for
information you
having me,
did give
guys.
us was should be quite helpful to someone out there who's looking to start up as a photographer. And we believe that information will be able to impact someone. And we definitely appreciate that. And we wish you good luck in all your endeavors as well as a photographer. Thank you, man.
Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Jordan. Thank you for tuning in. We will have some videos Jordan will send us to show us what type of photography he does,
Yeah.
so you can have an idea.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys, for having me.
What a pleasure, man. Thank you guys for joining us today on our photography episode with Jordan Block. From me, Tshepo.
Thank you, Mo. I hope it's informative to all our viewers out there. If you want to step into photography, there is a way. You can use your phone photography if you just normal hobby, or if you want to go more professionally, as Jordan has said, please do. There is other opportunities out there.
Yeah. Definitely.
And
Definitely.
tune into our social media pages and our YouTube. Please subscribe for more videos.
Yeah, definitely. Please do subscribe, like our videos. Stay tuned for more videos as they come along as well. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.